Hi everyone. Today we'll learn how to detect if a function doesn't have a derivative at a point. We'll do it in two different ways, by using the limit definition of the derivative and by using the graph of the original function. If you would like to try the next exercise on your own first, download these notes using the link in the video description. I believe that the limit definition of the derivative of a function f of x says the following: f prime of x is the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. Because the limit definition of the derivative uses limits, and limits don't always exist, derivatives don't always have to exist. Let me give you an example of a function where the derivative does not exist at x equal to 0. The function is absolute value of x. If you don't know how to deal with limits that involve absolute value, I will add a link in the video description leading you to a video in which I explain how to compute limits that involve absolute value. To show you that the absolute value function doesn't have a derivative at x equal to 0, I will compute this limit first as h goes to 0 from the left, then as h goes to 0 from the right, and I'll show you that the two limits are different, which will mean that the general limit will not exist. Let's start by computing the limit as x goes to, or rather as h goes to 0 from the left. And the limit is of f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. Since I'm supposed to use x equal to 0, I will replace this x with 0, and I will get the limit as h goes to 0 from the left of f of 0 plus h, which is just f of h, minus f of 0 divided by h. Remember, the function f is the function absolute value of x. Also, the h I'm using is negative. I'm approaching 0 from the left. So I'm plugging in negative numbers to my absolute value. To rewrite absolute value without the absolute value signs, when the inputs are negative, I put a minus in front. So instead of writing absolute value of h, I can write negative h. So that gives me the limit as h goes to 0 from the left of negative h minus 0 divided by h. And I have minus 0 because absolute value of 0 is 0. This means in the numerator I simply have negative h, so let me erase minus 0. This allows me to divide out h, and I get the limit as h goes to 0 from the left of negative 1. The limit of a constant is that constant, which gives me negative 1. To compute the limit as h goes to 0 from the right, I'm using very similar steps. This time, I will take the limit as h goes to 0 from the right. So let me replace the zeros with the plus sign in the exponent, the zeros with the minus sign in the exponent, with zeros with the plus sign in the exponent. Now, I'm using h's that are positive, which means that the absolute value of h is just h. And I get the limit as h goes to 0 from the right of h divided by h. And I use the same fact as before, that f of 0 is 0. The absolute value of 0 is 0. That allows me to divide out h, and I get the limit as h goes to 0 from the right of 1. The limit of a constant is that constant. The limit from the left was negative 1. The limit from the right was 1. These two numbers are not the same. The general limit does not exist, which means that the derivative of this function at x equal to 0 does not exist. Is there a way for us to see that the derivative of this function does not exist at x equal to 0 by looking at the graph? Here is the graph of the absolute value of x. At x equal to 0, you have a corner. Intuitively, there is not one unique way to draw a tangent line there. The line on the right side suggests that the tangent line maybe should look like that. The line on the left suggests that the tangent line should look like this. But I could also draw it like this, and like that, or like that. All of these lines touch the original function in only one place without intersecting it. If there is not one unique way of drawing the tangent line, we can say that the function doesn't have the derivative there. Functions which have a derivative are called differentiable. We say that the function f is differentiable at a if the derivative at a exists. And we say that the function is differentiable everywhere if it is differentiable at every x. If a function has an input where the derivative doesn't exist, we will say that the function is not differentiable there. Let me give you some examples of functions which are differentiable everywhere. The first one is a straight line, so we know that its derivative is the slope of that line. The slope exists everywhere. In the second example, you can draw a tangent line in every place of this graph. You can draw a unique tangent line here, a unique tangent line here, and unique tangent line there. Same with the remaining two graphs. You can draw a tangent line at any point you choose, and you draw it in a unique way. These functions look smooth. They don't have any breaks, they don't have any corners, they don't have any sharp edges. When you take a look at the examples of non-differentiable functions, things look slightly differently. These functions have corners, edges, and holes. In the first case, we have a corner. In the second case, we have a sharper corner, which we call a cusp. In the third case, we have a hole. And in the last case, we have a jump. Note that at places where something strange happens, it will be very difficult to draw a unique tangent line. Over here, like in the case of absolute value, there is not one unique way to draw a line that touches the graph of this function but doesn't intersect it. Same thing in the last case, in the case of the cusp. A cusp is a sharper corner. Note that it appears that the slope approaches infinity both from the left and from the right, either infinity or negative infinity. Again, there is not one unique way of drawing a tangent line at that cusp. In the third case, the case of the hole, no way to draw a tangent line because the point is missing. So a tangent line would not be even touching that graph of the function there because that point is not there. And same case in the fourth example. If I draw a tangent line, do I draw it here or do I draw it there? And how exactly do I draw it? It's not clear to me. These are places where these functions are not differentiable. Let's see if we can determine all the inputs where the following function is non-differentiable. If you would like to try this problem on your own first, this is a good time to stop the video. I believe there are 6 places where this function is not differentiable. One place is at x equal to -4. I do have a corner there. Similarly, at -2, I have a corner. Then, at x equal to -1, I have what we call a cusp. Then, at x equal to 0, I have a hole, and at x equal to 1, I also have a hole. Finally, at x equal to 2, I have a jump. These are all the places where this function is not differentiable. Just remember, this function is differentiable everywhere else. It is differentiable here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. There are only 6 inputs where this function is not differentiable.